local press here. Really appreciate you coming out, because this is what gets the word out to our residents to let them take advantage of the services we have. So we have a really exciting announcement today. We have a new partnership that we've been working on the last couple months, and the ability to create these partnerships, or not create as much as bring these partnerships together, are what makes Palmdale so vibrant, and not so much unique, but just really vibrant and exciting. So really want to thank the mayor and the city council for allowing us to move forward and to explore those partnerships and expand those engagements, that richness of our city. So with that, I would like to introduce our wonderful city mayor, Mayor Ledford.
Thank you, Terry Lee. Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
I figure if I talk for about an hour, you'll be cooked. No, we're here to celebrate a great effort. It's another what we call an excellent example of how our City of Palmdale and those in our community want to make a difference. This is a way to do it, through collaboration, and this makes our neighborhood stronger and better. And that's the whole really point of the whole neighborhood house concept. So we identify areas of need in our city, and we bring together people, resources, and a will to make a great neighborhood. And the result is what you will see today. Today we have a young lady who's identified a growing problem in our country. This is not a new dynamic. It's something that we've talked about in the past, but it takes, again, inspired leadership to kind of get everybody marshaled to march in the same direction. And this problem is bullying. It constantly comes up because it's a real problem in our community. And it takes many forms. It can be physical, verbal, indirect, and with today's technology, it can take place online. So these are all areas that we want to develop a greater awareness for. So with that, I'm going to bring up our Councilman, Fred Thompson, to say a few words. Fred, come on up.
Again, good morning. The weather here is great, isn't it? Even though we're suffering with a little bit of humidity, it was nice to get that nice rain, and soak the ground, saturate it. This morning, I want to really take some time here to thank Jo Barrera for choosing our neighborhood houses to focus her bullying campaign in. Thank you so much. This is nice of you. And I understand that you have to put in a minimum of 80 hours or more to get this program going, and this is all on the house, so to speak. No pun intended. And only 6% in our nation of the Girl Scouts who achieve the goal status, as she is trying to do, are successful in doing that. So I again commend her for her motivation and her commitment to see this through. And bullying is a problem that we all hope will go away someday. Believe it or not, I was a victim of bullying in school myself. So this really caught my eye when I read about it. And I'm so happy and pleased that she has chosen our focus houses to conduct her anti-bullying campaign. And so I want to really thank her for that. And again, as the mayor has pointed out, this is what we have to have in our community to make it work. A dynamic like this coming in and making a change. A little small change makes a big difference. So again, I applaud Jo for her efforts and for the time that she has invested. And the mayor and I are 100% behind her. Thank you.
Well, I think it's time we bring up Jo. What do you think? Welcome.
All right, so as you know already, I'm Jo, and I'm going to be hosting workshops here at the multiple neighborhood houses. The main thing that I'm going to be doing in these workshops is I want to give kids resources in order to know how to combat bullying, how to recognize it, and what to do just to put a stop to it. As they've said, bullying does come in many different forms. I've seen multiple ways where it was emotional, indirect, and even online, where that could be some of the most vicious, as you don't know who it is behind the computer. I'm going to be holding the first workshop this Saturday, actually, right here from 9 to 11. The adults actually have a section of their own, but I'm not going to be holding that part. I am going to be only holding the kids' part in the back. And that's about it. So, to Terry Lee. Where is she? There she is.
Good job, Joe.
Okay. Well, what Joe isn't revealing is that the kids section, the youth section, which is 5th to 12th grade, is, yes, it's in the back, but it's an interactive stations. She's separated out to one station is going to be about art, where kids can do an art, because different things speak to different kids. So they may do an art section about how they feel by being bullied, or how somebody else might feel. Some kids may be drawn to, we're going to do kind of like an Instagram photo section where they can take a photo, and how do they feel about being bullied, or how are they going to stand up against bullying. And there's going to be different, there's going to be a video presentation, because different stations will speak to the kids, and some may stay with one station because that speaks to them. And they may go around to different ones, but the Girl Scouts are going to be divided up, and they're going to be talking to them, but it's going to be interactive. And so that's a little more information. So it's not a workshop where they sit and listen to a lecture. It's to engage them. There's going to be a dunk tank where they can vision their bully. So there's going to be different things where they are actually active. There's a June bug flying around, and I'm destined to catch that thing. The parent section is to help the parents identify when their kids go through changes, and how to recognize if their kids might be being bullied, and how to help them through that. And that's going to be inside the house in the front here. And Nikki Brown from Best Start LA is here, and I'm going to let her talk about that part. So it's a divided to help parents and for the kids. So I'm going to let her talk about the parents section. Nikki.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, City Councilman, press, Joe. So my name is Nikki Brown, as Terry Lee said, and I work for an organization called SBCC. It's South Bay Center for Community Development, and we are a strategic partner with First 5 LA in the Best Start program. And there are only 14 communities in all of LA County that have this program, and we're lucky here in Palmdale that we have this program here. It's a social movement so that parents actually take a stand and to help make their community better. So I work with the Spanish-speaking families, and I'm going to bring up my coworker, Sonia Bussum, who works with the English-speaking families in just a moment. But this is an awesome opportunity for us as the children are working in their own section with the workshops and the videos and whatnot with Joe. We will actually be working with the adults, because being the parent of a child that's being bullied, or even worse, the parent of the bully, what is the parent to do? So we are opening the door so that parents can then organically start that conversation as to what tools, what resources, what things can they do in their own homes, in their own communities, going to the school and talking to the school and whatnot. We definitely don't want them to answer this with violence, because we all know that violence begets violence, right? So Sonia and myself, come here, Miss Sonia. This is Sonia Bussum. She, like I said, she works with the Spanish-speaking or English-speaking families, and I work with the Spanish. So collectively, she and I will be working at the different neighborhood houses while the kids are doing their thing. We will host the conversations with the adults. So we really invite the parents to come out and be part of it. It's great that the kids are getting the information, but if nothing's being done at home to help reinforce that, then, you know, we want it to be a little bit more successful. So we want the efforts to not be in vain that Joe and the Girl Scouts are putting together. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, we'll be around, and we'll see you at the neighborhood houses. And we'll also be at Thursday night on the square this Thursday at the Best Start table. So, you have anything you want to say?
No, you did a great job.
All right, thanks. All right. Thank you so much.
So that's, I think Nikki hit it on the head. We really want this to be a comprehensive effort to really reach out in our neighborhood here, and something for the families and as a whole to help them, especially as school starts back and new ones are going into grades where they're dealing with new issues, and older kids that this is all a whole new world, and just making this trying to deal with issues that are really relevant to their lives. So we have information. I hope you got it. We have the correct dates are on the flyer that you got. We did have a little mix-up on the dates, but on the flyer that you received are the correct dates for each of the neighborhood houses. Also handed you some information on our robotics workshops that are going to happen at the neighborhood houses. We're real excited about that. And as you can see, we have the free lunch programs going on at the neighborhood houses, and we have our wonderful, beautiful garden going on. Just a lot of stuff going on at our neighborhood houses. But thank you again for coming out. We really do appreciate the media, because you get this out to our families who need to hear about it. Everyone will be here to answer your questions, and we would love to make sure you have all the information you need so that the families can participate in this. So again, thank you very much, and let's get out and eat.
Yes. Can I have a picture